Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service. Please check the number or try your call again. This is a recording.
Hey everybody out in Vapelandia, this is John Manzione with the Cold Open, and because it's a new day, there's a new sub-tank. I'll be back in just a minute. You know, business is funny. As old as I am, and I'm old, I've always thought that working for the man, working for corporations, it was just not something humans were meant to do. And I did it, and I've always worked for myself, except for very short periods when I was very, very young. But I don't know. I don't know. The reason why I say this is because right now we are being flooded with sub-tanks coming over from China, and even a couple from here that are designed here and manufactured over in China. And you know, we're spending way too much time trying to find the right sub-tank. And or should I say, well, Kangaroo calls their sub-tank, so maybe we should say a sub-ohm tank. So I don't know. To me, the whole thing's getting kind of boring. I mean, I want to move on to something else. And luckily, I do have a couple products to show you today that we're going to be reviewing. This is not a review. These are just communiques. I like that. These are communiques from Spinfuel HQ. So, you know what? Right after this word from Smoke and Joey, I'm going to show you the Vision MK. And I am back. How's that for Smoke and Joey, huh? Hey, all right. Now, if you will follow me down here, I'm going to show you come on, John, it's not that hard. I'm going to show you the, stupid. This is the Vision MK. Now, I also have one in a box that I'll show you and get a better look at, but this is it. And looks like it's jerking around a little bit. I don't think so. And it is a 4.5 milliliter capacity. I was able to get 5 though, so you know it's a conservative deal. It has these little circles for air holes, and they all click into place real nice. And it's a heavy, sturdy deal. It has a laser engraving of the Vision MK here, and it has a little warning, little electrical thing there, and over here it has the symbol for ohms. That's quite clever, and some metal bars. It kind of There's nothing really new out here, guys. It's just variations on a theme, you know, and I will show you how it comes in the box in just a minute. But if you want to come back up here, this is where I am now. I'm gonna tell you a couple things about this tank from my direct observations. And that is that if you vape only 40-watt DNAs or other 40-watt devices, you can use these tanks that go down to 0.2 ohms, and you'll have a lot better experience at 0.5. But You can do them at 0.2, but you're not going to get everything you can out of it. And I experienced that when I first started using this tank a few days ago. It's been sitting around for a while, but I had it on my one of my vapor flasks, and I had it all the way up to 40 watts, of course. And I was vaping with it. I was getting decent clouds, very very decent clouds, and but I was using my all day vape, and I wasn't getting as much flavor from it that I wanted to. And I like Vision products. You know, if you've been with Spinfuel for any length of time, you've probably heard that I use the vapor the spinner to for a long time, and before that it was the regular spinner and XJet and Aspire clearmizers, and you know, that's how I like to vape. And then I started getting into these tanks when the Atlantis came out, and then the Sub Tank 2, and in the Sub Tank 2 and the Sub Tank as well. Jesus. And the Arctic tank. I really like the Arctic tank too. And so far, I mean, let's just cut through the bull BS. All the tanks that I've tried, my top two tanks are the Sub Tank and the Arctic tank for flavor and vapor. And I would happily throw the Delta 2 tank in there if I wasn't using such a thick, molasses thick juice that it makes it difficult to fill up a Delta 2 tank. If the guys at Joytech were to create a glass subohm tank that was easy to fill with their coil heads, I have no doubt that I just drop them all and go back and use that Delta 3 maybe full time. But that's neither here nor there. The Vision tank is especially at the 0.2 ohms is definitely a high wattage tank. There are some 0.2 tanks that I have here that give better performance at 40 watts on a Vapor Flask or Vapor Shark than this tank. And so that being the case, I really recommend this tank if you're going to buy one to those that can get up there to 60 watts and above. For me, between 60 and 65 is where I like to vape this. So I'm gonna even with this fan on low up here, I'm gonna take a hit at 60 watts even, and show you how much vapor this thing can put out. And I think you'll be impressed because it is thick and intense. So let's give it a whirl. It's nuts, and the flavor is really good. But like I said, taking it down, well, maybe I should just do that. I'll just unscrew it all. I'll unscrew it off the X Pro M80 that we got from our favorite people at Avenue 40, which, by the way, the Vision MK tank also came from our buddies at Avenue 40. And we'll show you what this is like at 40 watts on a red vapor flask. Which, by the way, I mean, you know, I know these guys just don't care for mainstream vape publications like us, but I don't care. I think they got great devices. So here we go. This is at 40 watts on a vapor flask. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is a much cooler vape. There's less vapor there, and there's almost no flavor to this juice that I vape every day. Even if I take this, hit it a few times in a row, trying to heat it up, the vapor won't heat up. So this is definitely not for use guys that use the DNA 40 exclusively. So, and yes, this is the only above 80 watt and above. I'm looking around. I don't see anything else in here that goes past 40. I really don't. But on the X Pro M80, it fits like a charm. And by the way, I know I'm getting off on a tangent here. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but I do want to come back to the previous video that we did with the Freemax Star tank. I'm not the only one that reported that problem of not being able to fire this on the M80, the Star tank on the M80. The 510 connector is just a little short, and it doesn't hit it. I'm sure it would fire well if we could adjust the pin and do that, but and you know what, I probably could, or Tom, sure, could rig something up, but I don't want to, so it doesn't work with that. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way. And also, the Freemax people did contact us a few times to let me know that the heavily knurled airflow ring is indeed stainless steel. So I believe them. It is stainless steel, but it is just doesn't feel as good as the rest of the tank. So let's just leave it at that. That's my opinion, and nobody pays me to do these. And if they tried to pay me to do these, I would get very angry. So, that's the way it goes. But anyway, back to the Vision tank. If we can come down here, get myself a cue. This is how they come. This one is still sealed up, but I do have one open here so I can show you the coil. And this is how they come. And all you get with this is the tank and an extra coil. No extra glass tank, no nothing. Open this up, show you the coil. And unlike my buddy Smokin' Joey, I'm not about to rip these things open. So you can see there's a mesh, stainless steel mesh over the cotton, and it's basically the same as everything else. I'm sure you recognize these kind of slots for the e-liquid to get into. I like this. I like this method. It really keeps the cotton soaked. And imagine if there was nickel coils in here and you were using a device that had temperature control. You could get some intense vape sessions going on here. And that's about it. And it's got some nice doodads here in the bottom, and it's like everything else. There's nothing groundbreaking about this. It's just a good tank that requires a lot of wattage. So, come on back up here. So where do I sit with this tank? I like the fact that that officially it's a 4.5 milliliter tank, but you can really get 5. I like the fact that for people with high wattage devices, you can crank this puppy up and get some serious vaping going on. A lot of warmth, a lot of flavor, a tremendous amount of vapor. I think they did a good job. The drip tip also has an airflow control as well. But like one of the other tanks, I can't remember which one it was. Come on down here a second. You have to take the drip tank off and change the slot. And that's just a little bit too much air for me. I keep this closed. Right, so that's what we got there. I'll give you one last vape. We'll take a break, and I'll come back and I will show you a couple of new products that we are going to be reviewing that my buddy Jack sent us from Avenue 40. Very cool. I'll be back.